Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to another week of learning with Teacher Lily. Hello, my name is Teacher Lily. I hope you're having a wonderful time in your house. Remember that you need to stay home safe. Are you ready to learn with me this week? Ready? Here we go. The first lesson we always learn with Teacher Lily is the lesson of the Bible. The Bible is the Word of God. We need to listen to the Word of God and keep His commandments in our hearts. The Bible is a very important book. In this week, we are going to learn the story of Daniel in the lion's den. We are going to listen to a story, so you need to look, listen in silence. This time we are going to learn a story about faith. Sometimes we can be put in danger, but we always must remember that God is going to take care of us. Please listen closely to the story. Lions cannot hurt Daniel. Have you ever seen a lion in the zoo? Lions are big, strong, scary animals, aren't they? We are going to hear from the Bible about some lions and a man named Daniel. Daniel knew that God is stronger and greater than anyone or anything in the world. Daniel's love for God and his obedience to God helped him when he was put in a place of danger. Daniel and his friends obeyed God. When Daniel was a boy, he and some other boys were taken to a far land where they were to work for the king. Right away, the boys were given some special food made there in the palace. This was a problem for Daniel and his friends because they knew the kind of food the king ate was not what God wanted his people to eat. Daniel asked the king's servant to allow Daniel and his 3 friends to obey God and eat only the kind of food their people were supposed to eat. The servant agreed, and after 10 days, God made Daniel and his friends healthier and stronger than all the boys who ate at the king's food. Daniel learned over and over that it is always best to obey God. When he grew up, Daniel became a very important man. He worked for King Darius. Only King Darius himself was more important than Daniel. Wicked men planned to kill Daniel. Some of the other leaders under King Darius became jealous of Daniel. "It's not fair," they said. "Why does King like Daniel so much?" They wanted to be more important than Daniel, and they began to hate him. They watched what Daniel did at work and tried to find anything they could that he did wrong. They planned to run and tell the king any wrong Daniel did. But no matter how closely they watched, they could not find Daniel doing anything wrong, because Daniel loved and obeyed God. He was a good, kind man. The men decided they would have to find another way to get rid of Daniel. They knew one thing that made Daniel different from most other people in the kingdom. Daniel worshipped God. 3 times every day, Daniel went home and went upstairs. There he would open a window that faced toward the city of Jerusalem, where God's temple was. Daniel would get down on his knees and pray to God. The leaders who were jealous of Daniel came up with a wicked plan. They hurried off to see King Darius. "Oh, King," they said, "we hope you live forever. All of the important people who work for you have gotten together and agreed to a wonderful plan. We want you to make a law that for the next 30 days, anyone who prays to any man or to any god except to you, O king, will be thrown into a den of hungry lions." Now, when King Darius heard this, he was very proud. He thought this meant the people thought he was more powerful and wonderful than anything or anyone else. Right away, King Darius had the law written down, just as the man had asked. The wicked man knew that in this country, once a law was written down, no one could change it, not even the king himself. It wasn't long before Daniel heard about the new law. He knew that his enemies were trying to get him into trouble. He knew that if he went up to his window the way he always had done before, those jealous leaders would be watching for him to pray. Daniel knew that if he prayed, he would be thrown into the lion's den. What do you think he did? Did he stop praying to God? Was he afraid to disobey the king's law? We'll find out in the next story about Daniel.
Daniel was a man who believed in God, and he always tried to do what was right. Some bad men wanted to get Daniel into trouble, so they had King Darius make a law that any person who prayed to anyone or anything except King Darius would be thrown into a den of hungry lions. Daniel continues to pray. Before the law was made, Daniel had gone to his home 3 times every day to pray. He had gone upstairs to a room that had a window that looked toward Jerusalem, where God's temple was. And there at the open window, Daniel had prayed to God. Anyone passing by could see him, but Daniel did not care. He would do what he knew was right. But now, what would Daniel do? The new law said that he couldn't pray to God. If he went upstairs to pray by the open window, the men who were watching him would see him and tell the king. Do you think Daniel would keep the window closed so that no one could see him pray? Do you think he would say, "Well, it's only for 30 days. I'll just pray quietly so that no one will hear me until after the law is over"? No, that's not what Daniel did. After he heard about the new law, Daniel walked right upstairs to the window in his house, opened it wide, and began to pray. The jealous leaders were watching outside Daniel's house. As soon as they saw him kneeling down and praying to his God, they hurried off to the king. "King Darius," they said, "didn't you make a law that for 30 days any person who prays to anyone or anything except you will be thrown into the lion's den?" "Yes, I did," King Darius replied. "I made a law that cannot be changed." "We saw Daniel praying," they told him. "He paid no attention to you, King Darius, or to your law. He still prays 3 times a day to his God." Suddenly, King Darius knew why the men made the law. He knew that the law was just to get Daniel into trouble. King Darius wondered what he could do to save Daniel. For the rest of the day, he tried to find any way he could save Daniel from being thrown into the lions. Those jealous leaders came to the King Darius again. "Remember, O king," they said firmly, "that none of the laws of this land can be changed." King Darius knew they were right. Sadly, he gave the order to have Daniel arrested and thrown into the den of lions. Daniel is thrown into the lion's den. The lions were kept in an opening in the ground, like a cave or basement. The soldiers brought Daniel and took him right to the opening and lowered him into the den. King Darius stood at the opening and called to his friend, "Daniel, thy God whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee." A big stone was rolled over the opening to the lion's den, and the king pressed the top of his ring into some mud or rocks so that it left the king's own sign on the rock. Anyone who moved the rock would have to answer to the king. No one would be able to help Daniel escape. Only God could help Daniel. And what do you suppose happened next? Did the lions growl and bite Daniel? God keeps Daniel safe. No! Daniel had obeyed God and put his trust in him, and now God took care of Daniel. The lions came close to Daniel, but they did not roar, and they did not bite. They acted as tame and friendly as a pet cat or kitten. How could this be? God, who loved Daniel, sent his angel to watch over Daniel and close the lion's mouth. Daniel might have even smiled and curled up next to the lions to sleep for the night. However, King Darius could not sleep. All he could think about was Daniel. As soon as the morning came, King Darius hurried to the lion's den. His soldiers moved the stone away. Then, in a voice filled with fear, the king called, "O Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God whom ye serve kept you safe from the lions?" From inside the den came Daniel's voice. "O king, live forever. My God sent his angel and shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me at all." How happy the king was to know that his friend was safe. He ordered his soldiers to lift Daniel up of the lion's den. Daniel did not have a scratch on him. Daniel had trusted and obeyed God, and God had kept him safe. King Darius then made a new law. The law said that all of the people should worship God of Daniel because he is the living God.
Did you listen to the story? It was a story about a man named Daniel. In this picture here, we see a man on his knees. This man here is Daniel. Here I have animals, and these animals are called lions. Lions go roar. We have a lion. In the story, we know this man Daniel loved God very much, and some men were very jealous. So they tricked the king to send Daniel down to the lion's den. If you pay close attention to the story, you would have found out that Daniel was not afraid. Daniel believed God could save him from anything. In this case, God was protecting Daniel from the lions, because the lions could eat him very easily. But in the verse Isaiah 43:5 says, "Fear not, for I am with thee." God is with us all the time. In this case, Daniel prayed to God to protect him. It was a moment the next day that the people uncovered the den of the lions and Daniel was still alive. In the story, God protected Daniel from being eaten from lions. We need to remember always that God is going to take care of us, but we need to believe in our hearts and have faith that He is going to deliver us. Now we're going to go to the table and work on this lesson. Bible story, we're learning about a man named Daniel. This is Daniel. Repeat, Daniel. Daniel. Daniel is a man who believed and trusted God. He was a servant for a king named Darius. Daniel was known to be very faithful to God, and he would go out to his window and pray to God 3 times a day. There were jealous leaders who wanted to get rid of Daniel, so they proposed to the king to create a law that anyone who didn't worship King Darius would be thrown to the lion's den. Daniel was a faithful servant of God. Even though he could die, he would not stop serving and worshiping his only God. So yes, one day Daniel went to his window and prayed, and the wicked man told the king, and they threw him in the lion's den. This is the lion's den. It's like a cave or a basement. In the story, we know that God sent his angel to protect Daniel. The lions here did not harm him. Here I have a verse that says, "Fear not, for I am with thee." The Lord God is with those who believe in Him, and He will send angels to protect you when you are in danger. To complete this lesson, you are going to need the following materials: blue crayon and brown. In this picture here, we can see Daniel's outfit is blue. Color Daniel blue. When you finish your picture, it should look like this. Daniel has a blue outfit. In this picture here, I see animals. This animal is a lion. This animal is a lion. Repeat, lion. This is a female lion. This is called lioness. Male, female. What color is this lion? Brown. You need the color brown to color the lioness. When you finish your picture, it should look like this. With the brown crayon, we colored the lion. Always remember to have faith in God. Remember, God is going to protect those who believe in Him. Just like Isaiah 43:5 says, "Fear not, for I am with thee." Boys and girls, K2 and K3, good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Are you ready to keep on learning with me this week? We are going to our next lesson about language and development. In this lesson, we will work on our vocabulary and letters. Are you ready? Here we go. Here is my friend Pinky Pig. He is the one that helped us discover letters. We are ready to say the rhyme of Pinky Pig. Here we go. Time to visit Pinky Pig. Look inside his feeding trough. What does Pinky's ear corn say? What's the letter of the day? Ready for the letter of this week? Here we go. It's the letter J. This week, we are going to learn the letter J. We can say J. Letter J. This week, we will be learning the letter J. This is the day in the big red barn. Remember, this place here is a barn. The barn is the house where the farm animals live, and it is red and big, so we call it the big red barn. Here is my friend Pinky. He is going to look around the corn to find the letter of the week, which is, ready? The letter J. Letter J. This week, Teacher Lily and Pinky Pig is here to teach us the letter J. This week, we are learning the letter J. J. Here is my friend Pinky Pig and his ear corn. What's the letter of the day? J. We are learning the letter J. In this picture here, I have a jacket. Jacket. The letter J has a sound. J, J. Sound of the letter J is J, J. J is for jacket. Repeat. Jacket. This week we're learning the letter J. Here I have the picture and the letter. This is uppercase J. This one is lowercase j. It has a dot right there. This time, some words are going to appear here and spell the word jacket. Ready to repeat with me? Here we go. J, A, K, E, T. Jacket. Jacket starts with the letter J. J, J, jacket. This is a jacket. We are learning the letter J. In this picture here, I have many objects and an animal that starts with the letter J. Remember, the sound of the letter J is J, J. This animal here is a jaguar. Jaguar. Repeat. Jaguar. Very good. J, J, jaguar. This animal here is a jaguar and it starts with the letter J. This week we're learning the letter J. J. Sound J, J. Pay close attention. Under here I will spell the word jaguar. Pay close attention. Here we go. J, A, G, A, Jaguar. Jaguar. This animal here is a jaguar. It starts with the letter J. J, J, jaguar. We are learning the letter J. Next, we have the objects here that start with the letter J. First, I am going to say the names very slow and you need to listen closely. First, listen to Teacher Lily. Jar. J, J, jar. This object is jet. J, J, jet. Here I have jump rope. J, J, jump rope. From the story and the song Jack and Jill, here we have Jack and Jill. J, J, Jack. J, J, Jill. This purple round thing is a jelly bean. J, J, jelly bean. These objects here start with the letter J. Now, I am going to say the name one time and you are going to repeat. Ready? Here we go. Jar. Jet. Jump rope. Jack and Jill. Jelly bean. These are objects that start with the letter J. J, J, J. J, J, J. We are learning this week the letter J. Under the sea. When we go under the sea, we can find this animal. This animal here is a jellyfish. Jellyfish. He starts with the sound of the J. J, J, jellyfish. Jellyfish. Repeat. Jellyfish. Jellyfish. Under here, I will spell the word jellyfish. Ready? J, E, L, jelly. Jelly. Fish. Now I am going to spell the word fish. Ready? F, I, sh, fish. Jelly. Fish. This animal here is a jellyfish. Jellyfish starts with the letter J. J, J, jellyfish. It has the name of a fish because it lives underwater. J is for jellyfish. Look in this picture. This time I have a blue jacket. Jacket. J, J, jacket. The jacket starts with the sound of the letter J. Under here, I will spell the word jacket. Ready? J, A, K, E, T. Jacket. This object here is a jacket. Jacket starts with the letter J. J. It makes the sound J, J. J is for jacket. J is for jacket. Jacket. In this language and development lesson, we are learning the letter J. Letter J. 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 Repeat. J. The sound the letter J make is J, 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 J. This animal here is a jaguar. J, J, jaguar. Repeat. Jaguar. Here in this section, I have objects that start with the letter J. I am going to say the names one time and then you will repeat. First, you're going to listen. Jar. J, J, jar. Repeat with Teacher Lily. Jar. Jar. Here I have a jet. J, J, jet. Repeat. Jet. Jet. Here I have jump rope. J, J, jump rope. Repeat. Jump rope. Here is from the song Jack and Jill. J, J, Jack. J, J, Jill. Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack and Jill starts with the letter J. Repeat. Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill. Here I have a jelly bean. J, J, jelly bean. Repeat. Jelly bean. Jelly bean. Here I have objects that start with the letter J. J. To complete this lesson, you are going to need the color blue. With your blue crayon, you are going to follow the line, uppercase J, lowercase j has a dot. Follow the line, lowercase j, uppercase j, dot, lowercase j. We are learning the letter J. Look, students, here I have a jellyfish. Jellyfish. J, j, jellyfish. Jellyfish live underwater. And if you look closely to a jellyfish, it almost looks like the letter J. These are the arms of the jellyfish. It is how he swims. With your blue crayon, you are going to follow the line of the letter J. The sound of the letter J is J, 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 jellyfish. J, jellyfish. J is for jacket. J is for jacket. J, J, jacket. J, J, jacket. What color is letter J? Blue. With your blue crayon, you're going to follow the line. Dot. Follow the line. Follow the line. Dot. Follow the line. J is for jacket. Repeat. J is for jacket. J, J, jacket. J, J, jacket. Repeat. J, J, jacket. What color is the jacket? Blue, like the letter J. Here we're learning the letter J. J. J is for jacket. ABC time. We are in the moment of learning our letters. We are going to say a poem about the letter J. Are you ready? Here we go. Here is our letter. As big as it can be. It is the letter J. Don't you see? With your finger, trace it. J. J. With your finger, you're going to trace. And with your mouth, you're going to say. J. J. This is the letter J. Remember, we have things that are big, big, big and things that are small. Now we're going to go with the letter J, but this time it is small. The small letter J, lowercase j, has a dot right there on the top. We are going to say the poem about the letter J. Ready? Here is our letter, as small as it can be. It's the letter J. Don't you see? Trace it with your finger. Dot. J. Repeat with Teacher Lily. Dot. Dot. J. J. This is lowercase j and it's small. Here we can compare big and small. Big and small. This letter that is big, it's called uppercase J. The small one is called lowercase j. Upper, lower, upper, lower, uppercase J, lowercase j. This week, we are learning the letter J. Yummy in my tummy. Here I have jam. In your breakfast, you can have bread and spread some jam in it. But for this activity with the letter J, we are going to take the jam and we're going to spread it on the letter J. Now you're going to go to the table and work with me on this amazing language and development lesson with your jam and the letter J. In this language and development lesson, we are learning the letter J. Letter J. With your finger, trace the letter J. J. To complete this lesson, you are going to need the following materials. A small plate, jelly, or we can say jam. With your finger, you're going to rub it on the jam. Jam starts with the letter J. Jam, J. You are going to rub the jam on the letter J. J is for jam. J is for jam. Take more jam and we're going to rub our finger on the letter J. J is for jam and jelly. This is the letter J. J is for jam and jelly.